This is Dr. Terry A. Well, welcoming you to the Workforce Success Seminar Orientation. I am the Assistant Dean of Counseling, Psychological, and Student Accessibility Services at the Metropolitan Campus of Cuyahoga Community College, the place where futures begin. This is just a graphic showing you people in the workforce and how much they love their job, because workforce gives you an opportunity to develop your innate talent, skills, and abilities in a manner that you're able to go out and secure a job oftentimes faster than you would in pursuit of a degree. That does not mean that eventually you might not come back to get a degree, because it is absolutely possible that you want to be promoted and or do some things that may require a degree. But in the process, you have a potential skill that earns you a livable wage to be able to maintain the lifestyle that you want. Now, Gen 8 1810 is the Workforce Success Seminar, and it is an introduction to workforce, community economic and development division resources, as well as engage in Cuyahoga Community College resources as a whole. The topics include personal responsibility, motivation, student support services, time management, study skills, financial literacy, career path, and pre-employment career readiness skills, all a part of this course. Now, Gen 1810 Workforce Success Seminar has the following outcomes. Understand the qualities of being a successful student and employee. And some of the essential learning outcomes are not necessarily applicable right now, but know this, that at the end of this, you will have accomplished something. Identify and practice effective study skills, demonstrated understanding of college policies, student responsibilities, and student rights. Review and develop time management skills, investigate financial literacy. Oftentimes, a lot of people engage in collegiate or post-secondary programs and acquire skill certifications and licenses, and they have limited knowledge on how to manage money. Therefore, there will be an introduction to some services that may be available, and some information that's foundational to being a successful business owner, entrepreneur, and or operator of your own business, vehicle, or whatever it may be. Some information will be provided. And review emotional well-being, which is essential to success in any career or vocation. Some of the things include identifying and practice essential employment skills, create a resume and cover letter if time permits, participate in a mock interview, review and develop effective communication skills, and understand the power of effective networking, and work with career services to create a LinkedIn account such that you will be able to market yourself better for free in an environment where people may be scrambling to secure employment and or contracts. Now, some of the methods of evaluation are student participation, quizzes, examination, classroom activities, and assignments are pretty much limited right now, if not off the table, because of COVID. However, the course will run online, and it will be arrangements made to meet virtually through the internet, possibly, if time permits, with the instructor. There may be journals and out-of-class assignments are limited in this course, but they can happen. As I said before, mock interviews, and you will receive assistance if you desire writing a resume and a cover letter. And there may be supplemental books, articles, and computer programs that you may have to participate or read or review as a part of this course. Now, I have to forewarn you of this. Don't panic. Everything that is on this list is not something that you're going to encounter in this course. However, these are the primary ways in which we evaluate student participation and success and retention of information in a college level course. Now, in that, they will go over student rights and responsibilities, the sexual harassment policy, time management techniques, effective use of time, goal setting, study skills, critical thinking, test taking skills, career exploration, decision making, career coach, career research, LinkedIn, review Tri-C's programs, how to schedule for classes, financial literacy, budgeting, navigate Tri-C financial aid account, financial aid and scholarships eligibility, how to plan and pay for education, and write a resume and a cover letter. Some of this may seem repetitive, but this is also being prepared for students who may be pursuing a degree. If you're not pursuing a degree, you're pursuing a certification, some of this may not be applicable to you right now. It may be in the future. Many students have started out in a certificate program and come back and obtained a degree. Some now even have master's degree that started out in these programs to get a GED. Now, when we get to the workforce, community economic development, we have ABLE and GED, as I just mentioned. You have healthcare programs, public safety, you have construction, you have information technology, you have manufacturing, and you have welding. And you have CDL and other programs too that are listed under these umbrellas. Now, understand that you receive technical training, and most of it is hands-on. But soft skills is also integrated into this course so that you know how to interact. Not saying that you don't. Trust and believe. We're not saying that you don't. But one of the skill sets they're finding out that a lot of students have that is on deficit in the marketability of a student is the ability to connect and interact with people. I do know now, because of the pandemic, that it may be some situations of which we may be able to interact through the computer, but time is coming that we may be able to work with humans face to face again, as it is starting to open up even now. We need to have human skills to make ourselves irreplaceable in our society. So soft skills are part of this course and integrates into most aspects of education nowadays, as well as with the finance aspect of it, because no one really wants anybody to have bad credit or overextend themselves in debt. Now, another thing with this is we're now here talking about team pathways, workforce. All workforce programs are non-credit. That is a myth. No degrees offered by WeSaid. That is a myth. No pathways are available to academic programs. That is a myth. Workforce programs, such as the one you're in, a lot of times there are opportunities to translate it over into an academic program to go after obtaining a degree. Also, too, workforce programs, there's a fact that there are multiple degree programs offered. Associate Applied Science degree, Integrated System Engineering, and Associate Technical Studies. There are multiple journeyman programs and certificates offered with the state of Ohio and Department of Labor. There are limited pathways to academic programs. Pathways need evaluation and realignment to better serve students. But oftentimes, if you work with us, you'd be surprised at what we may be able to do if you're interested in coming over into the academic side and obtaining a degree. We're here for you. Workforce development works by preparing workers with the skills necessary for a specific type of job, be it a truck driver, be it a STNA, be it someone who's doing something in the clinical world to facilitate a patient or someone at home who may be bedridden receiving the services that they need. The goal of workplace development is to place workers in jobs where there are career development opportunities and to nurture that development. A company can ensure that they have adequate supply of qualified individuals for their needs. So workforce development is about meeting the immediate needs of the job market. It's not just giving you some skills and then letting you go and hope that you find a job. In workforce development, the jobs have been researched. The things that are being offered are things that are currently in need by corporations, such that you should be able to receive employment at the conclusion of your training. Workforce development is considered an interconnected set of solutions to meet employment needs. Workforce development is about helping companies meet their needs. Workforce development can include changes to culture, changes to attitude, changes to people's potential that help to positively influence a business future success. Workforce development is also sometimes referred to as employee development and is considered an important aspect of business success. What we have to consider is that each and every last one of you has the potential to be a business owner. You're going to establish your business. And as you can see now in our society, the way that some businesses are now thriving that people thought would not be thriving. And when Amazon came to Cleveland, there were a lot of people who had never worked on an assembly line or did that type of work. Workforce development is designed to help people meet the immediate needs, to train people to be able to work on assembly lines, to train people to meet the tasks that you have within your corporation that you're establishing that has been running now for a while. Workforce development is about meeting the need. So therefore, workforce development, as you may be in a curriculum right now, is about aligning you with the skill set so that you can get the jobs that are in high demand at this point in time. Now, Workforce at Tri-C training program provides both credit and non-credit. Credit means that it counts towards some degree or certificate in the college. Non-credit means that you acquire the skill sets, but you may not have the credentials or the credit, not credentials, credit to transfer over into the academic side in pursuit of a degree. Through employee training programs, professional development, lifelong learning opportunities, and community service programs, Workforce Solutions is dedicated to enhancing economic growth and the quality of life in Northeast Ohio. Classes are flexible, scheduled, traditional, and online, including day, evening, weekend classes whenever we're allowed to have classes in person again, and in specific majors, depending on the skill set that you're trying to acquire, you still may meet in person. Some things cannot be done through the internet. And financial assistance is available for individuals who qualify. Now, the benefits of workforce development is the first is it provides individuals the opportunity to acquire the knowledge, skills, and attitudes that result in improved work performance or gainful employment. The second benefit of workforce development is that it provides employers with an effective method to communicate, share, and meet the demand for skills that are needed. So you will be prepared after this course and the other things you're going to do in your curriculum to obtain employment in whatever skill you're trained for. This course is not designed to get you a job. This course is designed to make you much more employable, to give you the skill sets you need to be employable, and to help you understand all the opportunities that exist for you in the world of academics, in the world of work, and beyond. This class is not designed to help you say you're going to get that job. That's not what it does. However, we do have a career development office here in the department that is available for your use to help with refinement of your resume and cover letters, to help with the refinement of how to interview for specific jobs. Because no matter what job it is, nowadays, there's some type of interview. That's the soft skills. Can you really relate how good of an employee you're going to be to someone in words and your actions and your demeanor and the way that you present yourself when you're going through this interview process? So we're here to help you and to teach and train and facilitate you maximizing your ability to be successful. Now, the academic programs we have are listed here. We have an Associate of Arts and an Associate of Science. An Associate of Arts and Associate of Science are transfer degrees that are customizable for a student that's wanting to just transfer to become a social worker, psychologist, counselor, or want to do something in the liberal arts field. And there's also the Associate of Science. If you want to be pre-med, hardcore scientist, a physicist, a chemist, or anything of the like, that's what those degrees are for. And usually we always match you up with the school that you want to transfer to in counseling. And then we start lining your classes up such that when you leave here with your degree, that you will be a junior and prepared to enter that institution, as you all have seen the commercials from BW and Kent State about Tri-C students transferring, because this is where futures begin. You have the Associate Applied Business, which is small business, which is accounting, which is marketing, which is small business administration, general business. These are just some of the degrees that we have here. HR, human resource management. They are applied business degrees. You have applied science degrees, which are those in nursing and engineering technology, and the allied health, dental hygiene, occupational therapy, physical therapy are just a few of them. You have an Associate of Technical Studies degree, which is brick masonry, electrical, HVAC, a variety of building maintenance and construction trades are there in the technical studies. We do have short-term certificates in machining and welding. You have certificate of proficiencies, which are generally almost half a degree. And we have post-degree certificates, which people have to have a degree already in order to get the certificate. This is an example of how the website looks for business management. Every degree has a website, and every degree has in it an overview of the degree on that button you see there, program learning outcomes, and a program sequence. And you would click on the headings underneath to go into that specific one to see exactly the courses that you need to take. People wondering, why is it business? Alphabetically, business comes first. That's why it's there. So we want you to understand that we have a system in place to give you the guidance and direction you need. And there's also an internet system that you can look at to see where you need to be. Now, the Associate of Arts degree is the customizable degree I was telling you about. These are some of the basic rudiments of that degree. But you still need to meet with a counselor such that you will be able to have transferability of your degree, and you will meet the requirements for the four-year institution that you're thinking about going to. And our students leave Tri-C and go to any four-year institution that they desire to go to. This is the beginning of a future that cannot be stopped if you're willing to work. This is DegreeWorks. DegreeWorks itself is a program that we use to audit your degree. You as a student, you have access to this, and counselors have access to this, and some people can view them. But as you progress in your degree, that line that says requirements starts inching up towards 99% in the middle of the screen. And when it gets there, we're going to say, congratulations, you're about to graduate from Tri-C. It lets you know if you're meeting the requirements for your degree. It lets you know what's left for your degree. It lets you know a lot of things. So it is a real good tool to help you be ready to make that transition to the next step in life, be it the world of work or continuing education at a four-year institution. Just be deliberate and be focused and be serious, and you will be surprised at how high you can go. You can obtain a master's degree. You can become doctor, whomever. All you have to do is be willing to work the plan and follow the plan and let us help you. And you can achieve heights that you never thought possible anywhere. All of this can be done if you're willing to do the work. Now, there's some basic terminology around choosing courses and your academic pathway. There's this thing called prerequisites, which pre means before, and requisite means requirement. Now, in order to take this hospitality fundamental culinary arts class, this above it you have what the course is about. It'll let you know about the laboratory hours down below. However, the prerequisites are the things that you must have taken or be eligible for in order to take the course. One of the things you have to be certain of is that when it says Math 0955 or Math 0990, that means you have to have taken that or have a math score in the system for the college that says that you're eligible for it. Now, and when it says an eligibility means that you don't have to have taken it yet, but you need to have a test score. Your assessment test score must say that you're eligible for English 1010. And you, in this class right here, you have to have passed your sanitation and safety or be concurrently enrolled. And concurrent enrollment means that you're doing them at the exact same time, not time of day, but the exact same semester. Other than that, there's always department approval and industry experience in certain fields that you may be able to tell the dean or the program manager. Just know this, prerequisite, what you need to get into it. Concurrent enrollment means that you have to take it the same semester, and the catalog in force is the catalog that you come in under. And for you all, it will be the one that you come in under, be it 2021, 21, 22, 22, 23, whichever catalog that you come in under, whatever the requirements are that are in that catalog when you start taking classes, as long as you do not sit out for a year, those requirements stay in place. It is really not good to sit out. It is always good to take a course because every course progresses you and propels you towards the completion of your degree. Now, developing your schedule. Now, students, scholars, former CEOs, CIOs, CFOs, and COOs, and business owners and entrepreneurs. I want to talk to you for a minute, you future educators and social workers and psychologists and counselors and bankers. I want to talk to you for a moment here about developing your course schedule. Before the pandemic, you could take evening, day, and weekend classes. Because of the pandemic and the situation of education now, distance learning is the primary mode of instruction. However, there are courses still within the distance learning realm that are still meeting on ground. There are some that are still meeting periodically through WebEx or Zoom or some type of virtual meeting apparatus or program where you can actually see your instructor and you can see the other students in your course. Now, I have to forewarn you though, that online education demands time and commitment. It's not like coming to class. You must set aside time and you must be committed to it, and you need to work on becoming organized and time management. If that is an issue that you're struggling with, we have student success specialists that are employed here, and we also have counselors that are experts at preparing you and teaching you and training you how to do these things. Course options are here to assist you and so that you can plan your life out. Now, another option that we have here, if you test into Math 0910, one of the things with college, and people always wonder when they're going to get out, and we're going to get to that slide in a minute, is when will I graduate? People always ask that question. The faster that you complete college level math and the faster you complete college level English, the faster you can graduate, depending on how your courses are offered. If you tested in Math 0910, that does not mean that you may not know math. What it means is that you may not have done it in a while. And Alex is an excellent program. I can't emphasize it enough. That you work in for 2 weeks. And if you work at it earnestly, it can help you increase your math score to college level. I've seen it done a number of times with students who have struggled and still they managed to rise on up to math 1240 or 1190 or 11 higher so that they can get into the college curriculum that they want to get into. You need to work in Alex, or you can take the math course and the support. Math 0910 and the Alex course both have a support system. There's all types of support here where you have tutoring and math coaches available to you free of charge. There's even online tutoring. And you can work on Alex anywhere because it is a program that you can log into from home or however you wish to do it, on campus, at home, or whatever. I just need you to know that it is an excellent program to help you move forward in your education. Now, college credits, and this is where a lot of students set themselves up for a situation that they really didn't have to be in. Everybody wants to be full-time, and we would love for everybody to be full-time. But you must always consider there's a work-school-life balance. That means that you are a person who is in school, and you have a life. And many of us have jobs. Many of us have to work to maintain our life so that we can stay in school. If you have a full-time job and you have little children, it may be difficult for you to be in school 15, 16 credit hours and you're just starting out. Now, part-time is any time, any course load under 12 credits. 12 credits or more is full-time. But the formula I want you to think about is this. 1 credit hour is roughly 1 hour of instruction in that class. A 3 credit hour class meets roughly 3 hours a week. But for every hour that you're in class, you need to be ready to give 2 hours to homework. So if you have 12 credit hours, you need to take that, multiply that by 2. That means you're going to have 24 hours of homework. That 24 hours of homework added to the 12 hours of course instruction ends up to 36 hours per week. That's roughly a full-time job. And if you take 15, 16, 17, 18 credits, you have really locked yourself down. And we're not saying, and I'm definitely not saying, don't be full-time. just be aware that it is a commitment. And if you don't have any children, you don't have to work, and you're open to it, I say go for it. But we have to be honest, and this is one of the things you need to discuss with the counselor when you're setting up your schedule. Don't set yourself up to put yourself in a predicament that you really never deserve or should have been in. The counselors are excellent resources to help you facilitate that. So take care and be honest when you're talking to your counselor about setting up your classes. Now, this is a question that always comes up. When will I graduate? People always ask this question. When will I graduate? It would depend on your major. It would depend on the course sequencing. It would depend a lot on how fast you can get through the prerequisites to get into your major and your GPA, because some majors are competitive and selective admission. So, and the length of the program. And another thing too, as I said previously, whatever your math placement is and your English placement determines how fast you can graduate. And are you willing to go part-time? If you're willing to go part-time and take one class a semester, you will graduate. It just will be a long time. If you take 15, 16 credit hours a semester and you do a little bit in the summer, it is absolutely possible for you to leave here in 2 years with your associate degree with 15 or more credit hours a semester. But you have to be willing to do a little bit in the summer to catch up and get yourself ready to leave. And be honest with yourself, as I said previously, can you handle that workload and your life? Work-life school balance is uber important to success in the professional world. Now, the student resources that we have are the counseling center, and primarily we do a lot of personal counseling and career and academic counseling. You have the student accessibility services that are here for students who are on a 504 plan or had IEP in school, and this is not the place to discuss that. You can always go to the counseling or the SAS office and discuss that. You have that full right. We have the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. We do not alienate on anyone because of their race, religion, creed, color, or sexual orientation. We have student life, athletics, and recreation. And we had a very good basketball team until COVID. We've had one the past few years. As you can see here, they were softball champions in 2018. These other photographs are some of the other student resources that we have. Black American Council and gentlemen are at a male conference in Tampa, Florida. We do a lot of things to broaden the horizon and scope and access and information for students so that you'll be ready for the world of work or the world of the four-year institution to go out and get your master's and doctorate and bachelor's degree. There's free tutoring. There's a transfer center such that when you're about to graduate from here, you may be in a program that you never thought about, and now you met someone or something happened and you want to transfer to continue your education. And all of our degrees, you can continue your education. Well, then there's a transfer center that you can go to that will facilitate you transferring to a four-year school. We have a career center, and I highly recommend that you utilize the career center because this is where you can do mock interviews. This is where you can have your resume critique. This is where you can develop a resume. This is how you learn interview skills. This is how you find about internships, externships. The career center is there for you to use, and you should actively engage the career center. Many people wonder, how do I find a job? Or why am I not getting the jobs that I interview for? The Career Center is there to assist you in achieving the goals that you have. We have veteran service, we're a veteran-friendly institution, and there's honors opportunities. And all of this will be covered in your Gen 1070 course. Now, we do have some apps. We have the Tri-C mobile app, and we have the Help Is Here app. The Tri-C mobile app is an interactive app that you can actually do stuff at Tri-C, see things at Tri-C, see financial aid information. You can access Blackboard. However, I will forewarn you that depending on the phone, you may not see everything that's on Blackboard and you may miss things. As a student now, it is imperative that if you do have a refund or any money coming to you, that you buy you a good grade tablet or you get you a laptop that you can interact with blackboard with, and be able to submit assignments, be able to do the things you need to do as a student. A cell phone is a tool, but it may not provide you all the support that you need to be able to give you the access to the things that you may need access to. Your financial aid information can be accessed. And please, 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 always check your Tri-C email. Please, 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 always check your Tri-C email. I'm saying this to say this, that a lot of students miss out on excellent opportunities because they're not checking their Tri-C email. You need to check your Tri-C email all the time. Every chance you get, check your Tri-C email. Your Tri-C email is a passport to information and access on this campus, and it's in your portal, your student portal, your My Tri-C space. So if you don't want to check it like that, have it linked. See a student success specialist or enrollment center representative to help you learn how to link it to your personal email, and to let you know about campus closures. Help Is Here is an app that is designed to help you if you have any stress or any issues where you feel threatened or anything. We're here to assist you and connect you with the services that you need. Paying for college is super important. What we have here is financial aid. We have financial aid as scholarships, grants, work study, federal loans. So this is how most people pay for their education. Self-payment and payment plan are pretty much the same thing. Students arrange to pay for their education out of their pocket. The low cost of Tri-C, a lot of students do pay to go to school here and save their financial aid, the big portion of it, for when they go to the four-year school and beyond. Now, what is financial aid? You know it's how you pay for college. And you know about the Pell Grant, which is free money, Federal Student Educational Opportunity Grant. You have work study, you have loans, you have scholarships, you have college or private lenders. Now, one of the things we need to be aware of is that your financial aid can be lost. Greetings, students. This is Dr. Terry A. Webb, the Assistant Dean of Counseling and Psychological Services of the Metropolitan Campus of Cuyahoga Community College. It's an esteemed honor and a privilege to be able to talk with you today about the benefits of a college education. Many people talk about what is the value of a college education and why should I even have one. There are some inherent values about pursuing a college education that really don't get discussed a lot in public, primarily because maybe a lot of people have never went to college who talk a lot about college. And one of the things we must learn too in our lives is that to seek advice and information, the person must already have received the information and or experienced the experience to be able to relay to you any value or deficit of the experience. The thing about it is, one of the things that college does is that it increases your access to job opportunities. How does it do that? Because it increases your access to information, it increases your access to decision makers, and it increases your access to career opportunities. It is absolutely amazing the number of people that you meet in a collegiate environment that could potentially be lifelong partners to help you establish a Microsoft or an Apple corporation, for example. It is amazing how the information that is shared in a collegiate environment can enrich you financially, socially, emotionally, and psychologically, because a lot of times many of us think that we're suffering in silence or we're going through things that no one else can relate to. When actually in a collegiate environment, you may find someone that you can relate to, and you'd be surprised at how you can develop job and entrepreneurial opportunities as a result of participating in a collegiate environment. That's one of the inherent benefits of having a college education and participating in a collegiate environment. The information that you can access to, the people that you have access to, and the opportunities that present themselves just because you are a student are absolutely astounding, and they're limitless if you open your mind, your heart, and be willing to receive information in a non-judgmental manner, and then go out and put it through a sieve to understand what parts of it you might want to keep, what parts of it you may not need to keep. However, we must be open to receiving information. We don't have to agree with everything. We don't have to believe everything, but we should be willing to review and consider to the point that we know that we've made the best option with the best information that we can have. Another thing about a college education, one of the inherent benefits is it prepares you for a specialized career. You have externships, internships, one you're paid for, one you might not be paid for, but you gain invaluable real world training while you're participating in externships and internships, because the experience that you have in a professional work environment cannot be trumped by a classroom environment. Because when you're actually in the field of which you're studying in and you're working in next to professionals who are accomplished, who've been doing it for a while, you cannot take away the value of that interaction. The value of that interaction is priceless. And for one thing, is because it's in the form of mentoring relationship. How do you learn how to do things even though you have a lot of information? We all need on-the-job training, is what they call it a lot, but mentoring is what we call it in the professional world. We all need to have someone in our circle that can help us fine tune the skill set that we require through the acquisition of knowledge and the time that we spent studying and reviewing for things. And conferences are a platform of which people share a lot of information and successes and triumphs and research and training and instances and application within your specialized career. And as a student, it is totally possible that you are able to participate and speak at conferences. I know myself, I've taken several young men down to Tampa, Florida with some other colleagues that presented at a national conference. Many were a little mortified or terrified to do it, but once they got through it, they realized that they can do this, and this is something that they want to do. Never be afraid to try something that will not get you locked up. Never be afraid to put your foot out there in faith, believing that you might not need to know everything, but you know something no matter where you go. Everywhere you go is improved when you enter the room, because no matter how bad you think your life has been, you know stuff. You've experienced things that you can help somebody somewhere to move forward because you did. Don't discount your purpose on this earth. Equally, too, the benefits of a college education is increased earning potential. It is absolutely true that the higher your education, the more that your base pay will be in most fields. And the economic stability is there because the more education you have, the more things you're qualified to do. You now have papers to say that you're qualified to do these things, and you need to be willing to broaden your skill set at all times. We're all engaged in continuing education, that is within our fields and our disciplines, to be able to stay up as current as possible. And one of the things too, going to college and actually going after a career that's choice that you love gives you greater job satisfaction. I really don't like the word job because it means just around broke in some circles, but I will tell you this, that a career is what you want, and the greater your satisfaction, the more likely it is you'll do it. One of the key things in life that you really want to get to is that you want to get to a point that what you're doing for money is something that you would do for free. That's a true vocational outcome, that you have achieved greatness and what it is that you're after. That satisfaction is there in that job just because you're doing something that you were destined to do. And college allows you to experiment and to try things out and to do things that will be better for you and on your road to becoming a better student and a better citizen and to be able to benefit your family. It is essential that you as an individual, as an adult, an aspiring professional, entrepreneur, or business owner, or whatever you want to be, CEO, CFO, attorney, general in the military, or circuit court judge, or Supreme Court judge, all of these things inherently benefit your family. And the better that you are, the better suited you are to provide for the needs of those coming behind you, beside you, and maybe in front of you. So earning a college degree provides you, earning credentials provides you a segue, an opportunity, a hand up or a leg up on the competition, because it shows too that you will finish what you start. You're committed to what it is that you're doing, and you will not stop until you're finished what you're doing. It is essential that as a college student, that you go around and get to know people and people get to know you, because you're going to need references. And the better your references, the better and better and better and better your earning potential. Because the right reference from the right person for the right reason can open up doors that have not even been created yet. Never sell yourself short and never be afraid to try. Never give up on yourself and never let what happened determine what's going to happen. You're rewriting your life now if you choose. You're determined to become the master of your own destiny and the captain of your own fate. Your life now is in your hands, and a college education gives you the leg up that you need to start moving forward and propelling yourself towards the trajectory of success that you have designed for yourself. And use the people at the college in a manner to be able to help guide, lead, and direct you in the way that they should go. And there's an old adage, as my grandfather told me, if someone can't help you, if they can't guide you, you need to get them out your way and keep moving. If all they have is banter to tell you what you can't do and what you should not do, you need to stop talking to them and talk to somebody who's going to say something that's going to enrich and nurture and propel your life forward. Know this, never give up on yourself. Economic stability, job satisfaction, and benefits for your family far outweigh what someone may think or say about you. Now, one of the things, too, that college really has that is absolutely astounding is the networking opportunities. Because the more people that you're around and the better your network, then the higher your net worth. I say the better your network, the higher your net worth. Because now with multimedia and the technology and things that we're doing, people can quickly find out your circle of friends. People can now find out who are the people that you choose to hang around. People cannot ever really hold your family against you, but they can hold your friends against you. Because there's no way in the real world that you can say you're friends with somebody that does something that you know that is totally immoral, amoral, or illegal, and you can't say that you don't have something in common with them. Because they're people that you will not be friends with. They're people that you will not even go to the corner store with if you can help it. But while you're in college, you're networking to increase your marketability. Because the more people you're in contact with and the better that circle, the better the outcomes of the things that you're trying to do. Because sometimes you can run across a consultant. You're going to have access to real world knowledge, and you're going to have social and professional connections because you don't need to know everything. You just need to know where to go when you do need to know something. And the network provides you that opportunity. Like, for instance, myself, even this past week, I had a friend of mine get into some issues with a contract that they were doing, and another buddy of mine that I went to seminary with is an attorney. So then, therefore, I called him because I've helped him and some of his people before, and he gave me some information to give my friend, and my friend came out of the situation all right. That's the kind of friendships and alliances and kinships that you want with people, not somebody who's trying to bring you down or bring you back into a past life that you may have escaped already or trying to escape. That's not what you need, unless that's what you want to do. This is America. You have the right to recidivate. But the thing about it is, college is not about recidivating. College is about moving forward, expanding on your opportunities, gaining access to information and talent and time and processes and wisdom gleaned from those who walk before you, who are here to guide and direct you and lead you if necessary, such that in due time you will be able to step in and do the things that they do, and probably even better than they did. So don't ever sell yourself short. You need to increase your marketability by increasing the quality of the character of the individuals that you hang around with. Your character needs to be impeccable. You need to understand that real world knowledge is beneficial to someone who's trying to become successful, because individuals realize that everything works in a textbook, but in the real world, people are unpredictable. And social and professional connections provide you with information and skill set, and you learn from the mistakes and or successes of those who came before you to not have to do those things, at least not that way. So never ever discount the information that can be gleaned from interacting in professional circles. Equally, while you're in college, a lot of people discount the personal growth and improved self-esteem aspect of college. You become a better communicator in college. Why? Because you're writing these 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 page papers. They're being graded. Your grammar is being criticized or critiqued. You're having to stand in front of large groups of people and give speeches on who do you want to be in 10 years and things. It's cruel when you're going through it because people hate public speaking, but in order to acquire some of these high-paying jobs, you have to be willing to present information in front of a large group of people, if not a group of people in a boardroom or wherever it may be. Becoming a better communicator also, too, alleviates a lot of unnecessary consternation in your life, because you now know how to relate your ideas in a manner that is profitable to you and individuals around you. And also, too, personal growth, a pathway to advancement. Personal growth allows you the chance to become self-aware while you're in college. What is it? Everybody needs to have a list of things that they will not do because they're busy doing the things that they have to do. And then they get to the point that they can do the things they want to do. So while you're in college, you're going to build a social network. You're going to also to realize that sometimes we need to give back to our community. No, we do not need to stay where we once were, but we need to understand that there are people there that don't know where out is, and people have told them to be successful, but they don't really know what success is. So in essence, by you going to college, you're being around successful people, you being a successful person, you've tasted that macadamia nut chocolate chip coconut cookie that is so sweet like red velvet, that you're able to now relate back to individuals what success can be for them. And giving back to your community does not always necessarily mean money. Monetary donations are nice, but a lot of times by example and by you doing the things that you're doing, you're going to impact the lives of those who are closest to you and those that are watching you, because best believe somebody somewhere is watching you. Somebody somewhere is waiting to see if you're going to quit. Then you're going to devastate their future. Somebody somewhere is waiting to see if you're going to give up. Then you're going to substantiate them giving up and making them feel better about not achieving their greatness. Giving back to your community a lot of times is you going across that stage and we call your name saying, magna cum laude, you have been awarded an honors degree. That right there is more powerful sometimes than giving money, because people see you and they know you did it. And they know that you now know how to tell them how to do it or put them in touch with the people that can help them. And as a result of that, your self-esteem improves because now you finish what you started. You now increase the likelihood of you having job security and satisfaction. And now you are an icon of hope. You're a beacon of success in your family. Your friends may not do it immediately because if you don't have any haters, you're not doing anything greater. And you also learn too with self-esteem that your friends don't betray you. The person that betrays you was never your friend. You also learn too that the individuals who tell you what you can't do are the very ones you should not be listening to. You also learn in college that individuals don't need to be like you in order to be of benefit to you. You also learn in college that it is essential that you understand who you are and don't let anyone else define who you are. Because any organization or any group that you become a part of cannot define you, you refine it. By you becoming a member of something, it gets better. If you're not making it better, you need to consider, is it time for you to join it? So in essence, don't ever give up, give out, and continue to try. You're going to fall down, but all you do is roll over, dust yourself off, and you keep pushing. You do not stop. You do not give up. College is attainable. It's not about intelligence. It's about being willing to grind and to work and to connect and to build a network and to use the resources and to ask questions upon questions upon questions, and don't take anything personal. It's all about the acquisition of knowledge and developing your communication skills to such a fine point that when you communicate, people will say, I know what you want, I know what you need, and I will follow you anywhere. Learn while you're in college. The benefits outside of the academics sometimes outweigh what you get out of a book. Never ever sell yourself short. This is Dr. Terry A. Webb wishing you all success in trying to get a college education. Never give up, never give out, never surrender, because you are a I want to congratulate and welcome you all to Tri-C, home of the Triceratops, and you're on your way towards completing the first step in your first year experience. We wish you success at Cuyahoga Community College. This is the place where futures begin. And don't ever be afraid to ask for help. Do not ever be afraid to open your mouth up and say, help me. We are here as a service, and we are here because we care intimately about each and every last one of our students. Don't ever give up. Don't ever give out. And if you ever in a situation and you don't know what to do, we in the counseling office are here for you. The student success specialists are here for you. Never ever believe that something cannot be done. Because if we don't know the way, we can find the way. And all of us have overcome great obstacles to get to where we are. I myself am a Cleveland Metropolitan School District graduate, so I know what a lot of people are going through, and I grew up down the way. So you can achieve greatness, and don't ever think that you can't. Don't ever doubt yourself. Sometimes we have to retool. Sometimes we have to humble ourselves to admit that we're wrong. But guess what? When we fall down, we can get back up. And that's why futures begin here. We are here to facilitate you achieving dreams and making them come true.